Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of a new Trekkie. My 5-year mission to search out Star Trek media, to seek out our fans and merchandise, to boldly go where no fan has gone before.
Greetings and salutations, how's everybody doing? So today, looking at three episodes from Season 2 of Enterprise. In this case, A Night in Sickbay, Marauders, and The 7th. Let's take a look at A Night in Sickbay first. Well, in this episode, after visiting a planet, Captain Archer's dog, Porthos, falls ill after an unknown pathogen. Archer stays overnight in Sickbay to look after his dog with Dr. Phlox, knowing that afterwards he must take part in an elaborate apology display to the Cretaceans. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to. I watched this episode like a day yesterday, so yeah, my mind's not always fully like memorized when I go say like aliens and names of things. I apologize, but honestly, what are my thoughts on this? Some people have some reviewers have said, "Hey, this episode's bad." Of the worst of season 2 of this series. Honestly, well, I'm gonna be honest that although I think this episode is kind of lackluster, heck, I even think the idea of I get the idea. Archer is stressed because he cares about Porthos. And as well as he is having a bit of Floss is basically trying to say, hey, are you interested in T'Pol? And my God, I have a feeling, don't quote me on this, I have a feeling that little bit of Archer having the hots for T'Pol.
A little on edge. I haven't slept very much, but I'm doing the best I can.
I'm sorry to have interrupted.
No, it's okay. When you get back to the bridge, why don't you send me your lips? Lisp.
It's not going to happen again. It's not like gonna say, oh hey, remember this when you were in sickbay? I don't think that's gonna pop up again. And my gosh, I feel like the moments when Phlox and Archer are just doing things while Phlox is just doing shenanigans. It comes off as funny, but at the same time it's just what is this? This is just getting silly. And it's not silly as in Spock's brain.
What have you done with Spock's brain?
Brain and brain! What is brain?
And that it's entertaining is just okay. The parts where at least the parts where Archer and is Floss is trying to say, hey, you got the hots for T'Pol and all that, it comes off as just silly, because we know it's not going to come back up again.
Well now, what do we have here? Caught in the act and no gold to pay your fine.
But honestly, I'd say this episode's kind of skippable. But is it bad? Not the worst. It's just silly, honestly. But I do think the moments where Archer is worried about Porthos is actually really done well. Scott Becker does a good job for that part moments. Let's go and look at the next one. So what happened in Marauders?
An all-new Enterprise. To save a desolate planet from rogue warriors, the crew goes where they have never gone before. Down and dirty.
You've never seen a Klingon in battle, have you?
This plan is a long shot. Show yourselves! I've never liked bullies. Enterprise.
Honestly, I like the vibes of it. It feels like it's a Western in Star Trek, honestly. I think that's a pretty cool idea. And not just like a Western and that, hey, here's a doo-doo-doo, or that kind of thing. It's mostly just like you know, like say, going into a small community, say, the bad guys have come in. Oh no, we must help them, we must help these communities, something like that. Like the Magnificent Seven kind of vibe with Klingons and the Enterprise and all that, which is a pretty cool idea, honestly. And honestly, I kind of liked it. I do have to say the moments that I really love is I think the Klingons look great. Their makeup looks really great in this episode, honestly.
My old friend.
We weren't expecting you so soon. We've had trouble with 2 of our pumps.
I mean, yeah, coming from a makeup person, I love makeup in this episode. It looks really good. And it makes me realize, like, say, yeah, I mean, I feel like any actor could be a Klingon. Like, I mean, you just have to make sure it's not too, like, you know, I'm looking back and thinking, like, say, sometimes you gotta be careful with the makeup for Klingons, because you don't want it to become too, like, racial looking. But, yeah, I think this episode is not bad. I liked it. I thought it was entertaining. Let's go ahead and look at the next one, which is the 7th. What happened in this episode? Well, in this episode, T'Pol is dispatched by the Vulcan High Command to capture a fugitive who has eluded their authorities for nearly 2 decades. Honestly, I gotta say, I like this episode in the fact that it is a T'Pol-geared episode, and that we get to learn more about her, and that, as well as there is a, like, whenever, like, say, a Vulcan kills, I believe it takes place, like, far beyond, before, like, say, TOS and all that. Perhaps this wasn't real, like, it's the Flora. Basically, like, say, if you kill, then your, like, memory is taken away of that moment, so in a way you don't really have the guilt or feeling of guilt towards that kind of moment, which I think is honestly a pretty cool idea. It's almost like, say, like a person like that live, like, almost a sort of in a way can be somewhat connected to, like, if the military could, like, say, remove a person's PTSD or the ability that they were shell-shocked or from, like, a situation, perhaps getting rid of that moment so it does not affect them anymore. However, then, like, say, as the story goes along, it's revealed, like, the more she spends time with that, she is remembering more and more of, like, say, did I do the right thing? Did I not do the right thing? And I like that. I like the fact that she is, like, questioning, like, say, was this a good thing? Was this a bad thing? What did I actually help, or did I not? Or did what I did hinder things? And I like that idea. I think, like, although, I do think that the idea of like having Tucker in charge of the ship as well had some like good moments, in the fact like, you know, he's having to like say, "Yep, I'm Captain Archer," and all that. I think that part's pretty good. I do have to say that the makeup for Minos and the fact that he is a genetically altered Vulcan, is basically just like, say, a giant little slit on like his forehead like that. I mean, it's pretty cool makeup wise, but at the same time, it does make me think, oh, so that's a Vulcan? Basically, I guess the idea is like surgically remove the pointed bits of the ear and transplanting it on the forehead, maybe? Honestly, I feel like this episode did a pretty good job with what it was trying to do. What do you all think of these 3 episodes? Do you like them? Do you dislike them? Put your thoughts and comments down below. Let me know. As always, thank you for watching. I'll be sure to see you next time. See you later.